Good morning, everybody. It's good to be with you again. It's Richard here, and just let me have a quick vape before we go on. Nice, really nice. Well, at least for me, it's the morning here from where I am. Anyway, today I'm going to be checking out an RTA with you, a rebuildable tank atomizer. This is a clone of the Monster V3 Blackout Edition that I received, and which happens to be my very first Monster RTA, although I know there's the version 1 and version 2 going around on sale right now. We don't have the authentic here in Malaysia. I believe the authentic is by 528 Custom Vapes. I've seen other reviews of it, but this is a clone version, yeah? Anyway, this was sent to me by Cloudy Tech from China for the purpose of this review, so thank you very much. And this is what we're going to check out, the clone version of the Monster version 3 Blackout Edition Cloudy Tech. So this arrived to me a couple of weeks back, and I've been testing on it. I put in a 26 gauge micro coil, no problem building it at all, because you know the Monster RTAs borrowed ideas from the K-Fun. It's a very similar tank like the K-Fun, so if you can build a K-Fun, no problems with this at all. So I put in a micro coil and I've been vaping on it. And I do have to say I like it. I like it because I like my tank vapes to be a little bit tighter in draw when it comes to lung inhalations. So I like that. It's giving me just that. But that's not the perception I had when I first opened up the box and took out the tank. I saw those big Cyclops Cyclone style air holes at the side there. I really thought to myself, this is going to be a very, very airy vape. But that's not the case, okay? Because when I started breaking it down and started building it, the side air holes, Cyclops air holes, were really, really huge. But in actuality, you know, the air hole in the middle there where you're putting your coil on top, that's where the actual air hole is that goes all the way down. That's where the source is, where it pulls in or draws in air from the sides. Okay, so that is only about 2.8 millimeters in diameter, that air hole. It's less than 3 millimeters from what I know, okay? So, which we'll get to see in the close-ups. So, in short, what you see is not what you get, all right? So that makes it a little bit tighter in draw when it comes to, you know, having a lung inhale. But like I said, I do like it. I've enjoyed, using it because I like my draws a little bit tighter where I can feel the pull. It's very satisfying for me. So that's fine. Tell you what, let's go ahead and take a close-up look of the Monster V3 Blackout Edition. They had the Monster V3, but this is the Blackout Edition where you can do 3 separate things with it. You can shorten the tank, you can add on the center portion where you have the shaft, increase the diameter of the shaft and all that. So that's what we're going to do, have a good look at it, and then come back, we'll vape on it some more, and I'm going to leave you with my thoughts, alright? Catch you later. That's the box that it comes in for the Monster V3 Blackout Edition. 528 custom vapes printed on it with a saber-toothed tiger here, and it's a square box like that, I believe, or I presume it's one-to-one with the authentic version. It also comes in a box like that as well. Nothing else on the base or at the sides here, and you've got a little tug ribbon here to pull out, open the box, and you've got a sticker here, Monster V3 Cloudy Tech. This is a sticker with a saber-toothed tiger, and they are the manufacturers for this clone version. Comes in a spare with these spares here, and this little plastic bag with the little blue screwdriver as usual, O-rings, Phillips head screw spares in case you want to replace them, and some pre-made coils, 2 pre-made coils here, which I don't think you'll get to use them because both the legs are in the same direction. You need legs that go opposites for the K-Fun style. That's the content of the box, and they've got the tank there in normal mode. In case you want to swap out to a nano tank, you've got the nano tank here. You've also got a spare shaft here with a bigger diameter in the center there compared to what's inside, okay, for the chimney shaft. And also a peak insulator here, center shaft gold plated. All this is gold plated, just to let you know. It also comes with a chuff cap for you if you want to use it in chuff cap mode, all right, which we'll get to afterwards. A little adapter here as well when you're using it on with the chuff cap, and 2 drip tips, one in red and one in black, so you can opt to choose to use a red one as well if you'd like to. But let's take out the black one here. It's got the saber-toothed tiger laser etched onto it. Likewise, it's the same with the red one, but it's very vague and blur on the red one. take out the tank and let's have a good look at the tank. Let's zoom in closer. And here you have the saber-tooth tiger also laser etched onto the chimney there, and the chimney is gold plated. Comes with a polycarbonate tank, so I advise you not to use tank cracking juices, otherwise your tank is going to crack. So this is, in other words, a plastic tank. And the bottom here you can see your 510 in copper. This is bottom fill with a fill screw there, very much like your K-Fun style. You've got the engravings 528 V3 blackout. That's what it says here. You can see that. 1 out of 38. So just to let you know that the authentic version, the blackout edition, is limited edition just the same. Alright, so that's the top there for you. The inside with the diameter, which is not very big. So let's attach the drip tip on it. The drip tip comes like that with 2 O-rings to hold it down. You can also take this top and attach the red one onto this. So push it in and goes in like that. That's how it looks. You can remove this and then leave this in there if you want to. Just try it out with the red drip tip for you if you'd like to. This is how it looks with the red drip tip. Right, if you want to take it out, and let's unscrew this. Very much like your K-Fun, you've got an O-ring in there that holds up against the shaft here. Okay, and the tank, polycarbonate tank. Unscrew it. Be very careful when you're screwing and unscrewing because you don't want to strip your threads. Alright, so this is a polycarbonate tank here. It's not a glass thing as much as we'd like to have it as glass. That way you can put any kind of juice in there you want without cracking the tank. So same as your K-Fun, you can remove the chimney shaft here. That's how it looks. Gold plated. And you've got the base, the section of the sleeve of the chimney. That's your saber-tooth tiger laser etched onto it. That's how it looks. And you have a gold-plated center pin there for the shaft. The Phillips screws, to me, I think they're a little bit small. It would be nice if they were bigger Phillips head screws, you know, so that you can actually pin down your wires, thicker wires, that is, like 22 gauge wires. I think this might catch on to 24, 26 and above. 22, I don't think it will be able to do so because the screws are really small. You have your air channel, your juice channels at the sides here on both ends. So, like I said, it is very much similar to K-Fun, except this one, what they did was they actually drilled down all the way to the base here. So there's a little sort of like hole there that goes below the juice channel here, so that, you know, when you put in thick wires and have your cotton sitted here, it will still hold some juice to wick it properly. Alright, so that's the juice channels for you. Your air holes here, 2 on each side, very huge big air holes, 1 on each side. Now, what I was trying to say is this air hole, this Cyclops style air hole is really, really big, yeah, but the actual, you know, size of the air hole that is inside the center shaft there, the positive shaft that you have for the positive pin, that is only so big. This is about 3 millimeters in diameter. If I were to use this 3 mm drill bit to slot it in, probably less than 3 millimeters, maybe 2.9, somewhere around there. Okay, it still gets a little bit stuck. Okay, so that's the size of the hole here. So what I mean is, when you're vaping on this, you're drawing air out from this. Air goes in here, despite the fact this is really huge, but you know, underneath, inside, it's got a smaller hole, so it's still the same. So what you see is not what you get. Alright, so let's take out the center pin, and I'm going to pull open the center positive pin here and just show you the size of the air hole. This is your center pin here that is in copper. Alright, the center shaft here, I'm just going to use a plier here, grip onto it, and just pull it out. It's nice and snug, fits in there perfectly fine. Now this is the hole that is at the bottom here. So this big Cyclops style air hole, well, according to them, air is going to go in and you know, cool off this pin here, but the thing is, you're sucking in from this sized hole, so the air that goes in here is still restricted to just this diameter here, which is about 2.5. I've got a 2.5 diameter screwdriver and it just fits in perfectly. Alright, so this is 2.5. If you're trying to use a 3mm, it's not going to go in. Alright, so 2.5 millimeter diameter, and this hole is even smaller still. Not that air is going to go in from this hole, but it's going to go in through here, because this is at the base right here like that. So this can be as big as you want, but this is still very small. The swells from where the air you're drawing. Okay, so you've got a peak insulator here. Well, at least I think it's a peak insulator in here to withstand high temperatures. All right, so see the juice well as well. Like I said, these two sides is drilled down lower than your juice channel here. Okay, to put it back, just push it in, which is really nice and snug. Once it's tightened down, and just forgot to show you as well that the protrusion is only very minimal. You could use this with a hybrid mod, but with such minimal protrusion from the center pin, the negative pin here, the positive pin here, I don't really recommend you using on a hybrid mod. Okay, so that's the positive pin there, not much protrusion. Okay, then that's about it, I guess. That's the center pin here. You build your coils as it is. I'm going to try and build a 24 gauge coil, try and put in a 24 gauge coil in here. Alright, so there you go. You've got a nice glowing 24 gauge K-Fun style micro coil there. You could use it. Another option is with this white bore shaft, center shaft here. You've got this one that goes at the bottom. The saber-toothed tiger goes on first at the base. And also you have this piece here that screws on, so you have a wider diameter shaft, and if you want to use it with this tank, you can do so. This is for if you're using the wider diameter shaft, then you want to use it with this. Okay, so that's where the adapter comes in here. Just fit it on, and then you use this over it. This is threaded, just so they know. So you actually thread it. There's a O-ring there to hold up against the sides there, so that you don't get any leaking coming out from here. And this is with the shaft cap, right? So that's one option of using it. Or if you want to use it with a nano tank, you can also do so. Just remove this. All you gotta do is just get the nano tank, which is also made out of polycarbonate here. Screw it. Just screw the take this out, screw the bottom shaft in there, the sleeve, get it in there first, screw it back on. Alright, so once you screw the shaft back on, just put on your nano tank like this. And that's the shaft cap with the adapter. You want to remove the adapter, and then just using the shaft cap, screw this directly onto the center shaft itself. Alright, that's as much as it goes. And what happens is, I notice there's a little gap here. Okay, although it's fully screwed in, this gap, it's not very pleasing to look at. Okay, so but that's the way it is. So this is in nano mode. Alright, so let's go back to normal mode. I'm just gonna put a wick in there. So get my shaft here with the saber-toothed tiger going in there. Just make sure it's not catching onto the sides. Okay, so once that's done, just want to make sure that the cotton is seated right in the middle and not being tugged to one side. So that's perfect for you, and I'm just going to juice it a little bit with this juice that I got, mango flavor, PMJ V2. It's pretty tasty. Alright, and my drip tip back on again. This is it. I'm gonna just juice it up. Normally with this, You still get some, you know, spillage from the top because of the hole. There's only one hole. There's no place for the air to come back out. And I'd rather use a syringe if I could. There you go. See? Like I said, I'd rather use a syringe. And that's it. We're good. Alright, so I'm going to fill it up to the top. Just going to wipe this off with a rag. Alright, clean it up a little bit at the top and pop in the screw back to the fill port again. Screw it back down. The airflow, by the way, there's no adjustment. It's non-adjustable. Yeah, that's it. So it's bubbling very nicely. We'll get back topside, we'll vape on it, and I'll leave you with my thoughts. Alright? Good to see you back on top. Welcome back to FaceTime, and let's talk about the tank. But just before we get on talking about the tank, let me take a vape first. Okay, I've got 24 gauge wire inside, 6 to 7 ramps on a 3mm diameter drill bit, so that's a 3mm coil for you. Coming up to 0.54 ohms, firing at 30 watts. Let's see how it works. The vapor production is decent, it's not so bad, but what really stands out is the flavor. The flavor is awesome with this tank, very nice. No leak issues. I've been testing this for more than a week already. I was testing it with a 26 gauge wire. Right now it's a 24 gauge wire, 0.53. I think this is a better wire to use compared to a 26. Very nice. Well, I'm not sure if this has been released out in the shops yet. Well, it's from Malaysia, not yet from Cloudy Tech. I don't think I've ever seen any Monster V3 from Cloudy Tech, the Blackout Edition. But I do know there are other clones, the V3 Blackout Edition on sale now in Malaysia. So, well, it depends. You want to pick up something from Cloudy Tech, just wait up. Once I get all the details of where you can get one, I'm going to leave it in the description box below, a link for you to get to. Some of the things I'm not too keen about to start with is the airflow. Well, I shouldn't say I'm not too keen. The airflow for me is fine. I like it. I like it with a little bit of restriction with my lung inhale. But in case for those of you who's expecting something very airy, you like your vapes very airy, you look at the Cyclops style air hole at the side, you go, wow, okay, it's going to be very airy. No, you will be disappointed because it is not what it is, okay? It's not going to be like that because the center air hole on the deck, as you've seen, all the way down, that hole is only 2.5mm in diameter. So no matter what, that is the source of where you're drawing in your air from the side. It's immaterial whether this is super big or not. You are only getting, the amount of air that's going into that 2.5mm air hole. All right, so that's it. Just want to clear that out with you. The polycarbonate tank is the next thing. Now this one, I would prefer a glass tank. We don't want any tank cracking juices to crack the tank, so glass would be perfect. Okay, hopefully they'll upgrade it next time. Deck screws are way too small for 22 gauge. For 24 gauge, you're just cutting it. Sometimes the wire might even slip out. You have to, put it back and coil it again. So it's just cutting it. Okay, I've got a 24 in here, but I don't think 22 is going to go in. 26 is fine. I tried 26, no problems at all. The other thing would be the nano tank. The nano tank that you're going to be using, you're going to have a little gap on top with the expanded diameter shaft. So that little gap, if it doesn't agitate you, that's fine. But no, it irritates the hell out of me to see that gap. But it works, all right? It works just as well, I'm sure. So that's about it for the cons, so to speak. Well, despite all the imperfections, if you don't mind everything else, you like tighter air draw, lung hit, or lung inhale, you want to call it like what I do, well, you're going to like this because with that little bit of tighter draw, you can feel the pull and all that. At the same time, this gives off really, really good flavor. So all in all, it is a nice tank for those who like a tighter lung inhale and also something very flavorful, okay? I have absolutely no idea how much this costs really here from Cloudy Tech. I wouldn't dare commit myself, but it shouldn't be too expensive compared to the original. It's going to be probably 1/3 the price. But like I said, once I get some, links to where you can get one and also how much it costs. I'm going to leave it in the description box below for you. But other than that, that's it for me for this tank, the Monster V3 Blackout Edition by Cloudy Tech. I like it, but then one man's meat is another man's poison. The flavor is no doubt amazing. The airflow, okay, if you like airy airflow, then something that you might want to skip, okay. But other than that, if you like just a tad tighter air draw, this is perfect, okay. One more vape and we'll call it a wrap. Nice. Until I talk to you again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.